So here we are, we've unearthed the wiring and the whole mechanism on how the table was rigged and wired, and it's quite interesting because it seems that it was actually a retrofit, and the table was probably manufactured and then this work was carried out in some little workshop, probably in Chicago, and these channels were put into the table, and the mechanism was devised, and the roulette table was adapted to become a cheating table. And you can see what we've done is we've exposed the channels and removed the original wiring, and the table was wired as a complete circuit, almost around the length of the table, in series.
The switches were in series.
The switches were in series, and the batteries were housed under the main roulette wheel and at the other end, but we're rewiring it, so we're only actually going to have one set of batteries, because obviously batteries have come on a long way. We don't need to draw so much power now. So David's has sort of unearthed this, and we've seen that the circuit runs around, starts from the battery in the main leg here, runs down the table, and then interestingly comes off and spurs in here, and then into here where the two little pivots are.
The coils.
The coils that power the two little pivots that actually trip the ball up. The circuit then comes around to this point here where we have our first button, and this effectively makes a circuit, or makes a circuit, and then that powers the two pivots that pop out, which in effect trip up the ball when the croupier is spinning the wheel. The second switch that the croupier has access to is here, which is a pressure switch, which will just simply be under the cloth and activated like that. We came across a third switch here at the end of the table, which will be activated by this little screw head here, which one will simply press in and it'll be sprung loaded on the end. And then the fourth and final cheat button is here, which again will be under the cloth and activated on pressure. So there are 4 points that the croupier could effectively trip up the ball, and just to refresh our memory on this, that the ball travels around the inside track of the roulette wheel, and when the croupier activates one of these buttons, it actually the little pivot comes out, a tiny pin pops out on the ball track and trips the ball up, so the croupier is able to control where the ball lands within some degree of margin into the numbers on the table corresponding to the bets where they're placed on the roulette table. Yeah. So I suppose the only other thing we can say is that, you know, this David's pointed out that this is a complete live circuit, and then this part here slides in, which gives access to another two buttons. So in its basic form it works here and here, and then the croupier has the addition of these 2 buttons here to trip up the ball. This is one of those eureka moments. As we started dismantling the table, we realised that the second leg also had batteries in it, and here they are. First time they've seen the light of day since the 1930s, and we thought we'd get it on film to record the moment, but here they are. 2 original, when were they made? Let's have a look. 1929 the batteries were made, packed in with newspaper to protect to separate the two batteries as they were on top of each other with original cardboard from the same period. And here we are. This might require a bit of ironing, but what have we got here? Let's have a look. This is very exciting. Let's try and do this very carefully and see if we can see a date on there. It looks like it's the bottom of the newspaper. Let's see whether we've got a date. Carefully open her up. See what we've got here. There we go. There we go. There we are. Wow, look at this. I'll tell you what, this is some of the best part of this job. This is what it's all about. And this gives the table its unique provenance. And we have the bottom section of a Illinois Chicago newspaper, and I'm sure if we read through some of these articles here, we'll find that it's the late 1920s, early 1930s. There you are.